Interruptions during the training. We have a lot of content to deliver in a very short period of time, and there's going to be a note-intensive training. If you didn't bring something to write on or write with, I suggest you nudge your neighbor and see if they have something they can borrow. If you're just here to observe, then welcome. Some of you I know are just out here seeing like, what's this all about? And our topic tonight for our Seacret University training is, in our curriculum, is why Seacret. And the reason we play that clip is because that's why Seacret. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I just, has anyone been stuck on the 805 or the 5 freeway in the mornings and like literally want to stab somebody in the neck with a pencil, because you're just like, I do not want to do this day in and day out forever, right? And so why Seacret is not getting stuck with people you have to work with. You get to work with the people you choose to work with. How many of you guys like that concept, yes? But aside from that, not having the people above you just, hawking you and being on you about all the things that you mess up and all these things, it's just, for me, having an opportunity to build a business like this was the opportunity to have freedom and flexibility. But I'm going to get an opportunity to share with you some more on why Seacret later during our university portion of the training. This first portion of the training is actually really geared for those of you that are new. So if you're brand new, this training is especially for you. If you're not new, this training is especially for you. All right, okay? And the reason why is because the first promotion inside of our company is STAR, meaning you get one on your right and one on your right, okay? And you get your second promotion, it's getting one on your left and one on your right get promoted. So, meaning every promotion inside of our company is based around helping a new person become a star. That's it. And so we want to make sure that you understand how to do that. So if you haven't done that yet, you want to pay close attention on how to do that right now, number one. But number two, if you've already been promoted, you want to learn the techniques and skills on how to make sure that every person that joins your business gets promoted. Because if you've been promoted already, that means you have two people and you want to make sure you help them do what? Get promoted, right? Okay, so we're going to be recognizing some of those individuals, so definitely jot down as much as you can here tonight. I want you to listen not as a student, but as a teacher of this information, because I found that's how you make big money here in the networking world. And so we're excited to launch our very first Seacret University training. So if you're ready, say I'm ready? Ready. All right, good stuff. So I expect you guys, by the way, was anyone here on Monday? Okay, all right, when you want to do Monday, so here's the thing is, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, this room is like an energy zapper. All right, okay, so what I need you to do is be like fully engaged throughout the entire training here this evening. You're here anyway, don't you want to learn as much as you possibly can? Yeah. Yes, okay, so we're going to ask for your feedback, your participation, and have a good time. So turn to the person next to you and see if they're in a peak state. And if they're not, just adjust them real quick. Do something to them. Just like nudge them, kick them, okay, right?
Your snow things, you
so
to the peak of the mountain.
Just so we're all together and on point with all that stuff, okay? So we're doing pretty good, right? Okay. So just real quick, if you haven't done so already, just meet somebody next to you. Meet somebody you haven't met yet, okay? Meet somebody you haven't met yet. Test. All right. All right. Are we good? Good. All right. We'll do some massaging later. Okay. All right. So this is Seacret. It's skincare, man. So we've got to rub somebody. I know that's why some of you guys come. That's why you got started. You're like, I sat next to her for a reason. All right. Okay. So, but here we go. So. Your first trainer that I have an opportunity to introduce you to this evening, and we're very excited to have him here in this marketplace, really leading the charge, and broke one of the company records here on getting to the silver position, getting 100 customers, really like just right in his first few days. Really, I think they calculated total once it was all processed. I know it was on applications within his first couple of days and in the system within his first week, which is amazing. So within his first week, already qualified for his car bonus, $600 car bonus, got his $1,000 bonus, which is exciting, and so we're excited to help more and more people do that in this marketplace, and we're excited to have him here. And he's been a student of the industry for a long period of time. And one of the things that's interesting is this guy really did his due diligence when he was taking a look at Seacret. And what I mean really did, I mean like really did it. You guys, has anyone ever seen the training on the different personality types? Has anyone ever seen that stuff? Like how there's reds, they're all about the money. And I kind of thought this guy was like all about the money. And then, when he got a chance to see this, we have a different personality type called our greens, which are like detail-oriented, have to know everything. And this guy was like, I had no idea, He researched everything. He read everything. He wanted everything. And I was like, oh, I thought, no, okay, right? So, and he took actually quite a while to finally make a decision to come join us. And, the thing that I appreciated about it is because he didn't just jump in blindly. Okay, and the reason why is because he had to walk away from close to a six-figure income to come build this here with Seacret. And so some of you made a decision, say, hey, it could be good, hope it works. Most of you didn't have to, physically, you knew that if you were leaving, you were going to have to walk away from $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month, whether you worked or not. And that's what this individual did. And I applaud him for his courage, because most people would never, ever, ever do that, especially in this economy, having a steady paycheck when you don't work. And so he's done that, and we're excited to have him here as a leader in this marketplace. He's really student of the industry. He's an absolute blast to work with. He's really learning his skill sets here. But not only that, he's actually just eclipsed here. I look at the pay scale, within the top 5 income earners last week in our entire company, Seacret, from launching from the ground floor just a couple weeks ago. So we're so happy to have him here. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please help me welcome from the room, newly promoted silver, Mr. Joseph Valenzuela.
Thank you. Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Good. Good, and the rest of you? Even better. Mr. McPherson, very, very humble, didn't say a whole lot about himself, but just in the last 3 weeks, has made over $10,000, and he's about 90 days in this company. Wow. So we can give him a round of applause. He says I'm not all about the money, but I'm definitely all about making 10 grand in 3 weeks. That would be absolutely great. I didn't know it was one of the top 5. That's great. And, that's sweet. Second week, and this is in the middle of week number 3, had our second week and made just shy of 4 grand for the week. So pretty sweet second week. Took me like 3 years to start doing that. But anyways, my name is Joe Valenzuela. I've been in the industry actually since I was 20 years old. To give you my quick Dun & Bradstreet, we'll kind of dive into some info here. I've been in the industry since I was 20 years old. How many of you guys, this is your first training ever in network marketing ever? Give you guys a round of applause. Welcome. Yeah. Here's what's really cool actually. Everybody just kind of look around real quick and kind of notice the faces around you. So tonight's night 1. Here's what's cool though, right? So right now we have a company that's already doing about $100 million a year. And they're doing a full-scale transition into network marketing. And these are the people right now, as you look around, that whole $100 million a year model is going to be put underneath. The seats that you're sitting in right now are multi-million-dollar seats, 100%. That's why I walked away from the income that I walked away from to be here. But half of you I know, and I'm probably this half. You guys, I don't know if you guys are going to be here next week, but statistically speaking, about half of you won't be here a month from now. You guys are going to be here, right? Yes. Right? Liars. We'll see. So, one of the easiest things about making it to the top is just, sticking around. It's amazing. How many of you guys ever been to college? Right? What's amazing, your first day of freshman year, there's a lot of people there. And then, even by the second quarter, you just look around and you're like, man, what happened to everybody? You know what I mean? It's so easy to beat the masses because they just don't show up. But that was kind of my story. I was 20 years old. I had no background in the industry. I'm so fortunate. I got hooked up with a mentor of mine who was making over $10,000 a month. And when you're 20, I mean, that seems like $1 million. He was doing it, and he had kids, and he was getting to travel, and he was doing a lot of things, and he was fortunate enough to teach me. And for me, that was my whole goal. He said, Joe, just show up and just learn this thing and be a student. And that's what I did. I never missed an event. I kept showing up, and in my first year, I started making $5 to $6 grand a month. But I was doing it on the side of 2 jobs. I had a full-time job doing auto detailing and a part-time job teaching at Miramar College. Any UC Miramar grads? Room? It's a junior college, not a UC. I was doing that, and was super blessed to actually start making $10,000 a month by the time I was 22, and that was more than I'd ever made in my whole life, and $15,000, $17,000 a month, and started traveling, did a lot of fun stuff, but walked away from all of it. And it was a tough decision at first, and like Jesse said, I did a lot of due diligence in walking away from that type of income, and spent a lot of time. Anybody been in a long-term relationship before? Like anybody, how many of you guys have been in love multiple times? Right? Remember the first time you were in love and you just knew that was the one? And you just knew it in your gut for sure, right? And then, you know, when it was over, you were like, man, like I really thought that was it. You know? That's kind of, you know, for me, like, you know, I really thought that when I started in the industry, that would be like the last thing. I thought like I found the one, you know what I mean? And it wasn't. So here I am. So I found, you know, a much sexier new partner. Very excited about. So yeah, it's fun. But that's the whole deal, guys. I'm here. I've been working my tail off. I don't think I've slept in 3 weeks, but we're just here to replace that income in a hurry. And I can promise you, we're looking to break the company record to gold, get it done here in the first month too. So hold me to that. I want to dive into some information. If you're brand new, I want you to take notes tonight from a standpoint of me talking to you directly. I wish we could meet individually and really have this dynamic here. If you're a leader who's already kind of gone through some stuff we're going to talk about, I want you to take notes on how I explain it so that you can explain it to your new people. Because this whole ballgame is leadership development. You know, when you get into this business, somebody asks me like, well, what do you do? What do you focus on? How do you start? The whole thing, you know, I've been in this industry for a long time. Here's this whole ballgame. When you get into this industry, your goal is to learn what Jesse knows, what I know, what the top leadership in this front row knows right away. You want to know how to say what they say, talk how they talk, you know, understand what they understand about this industry so that you can have what they have. Very, very simple. So with that, if you're ready, Sam, ready?
Ready.
Let's dive into it here. Seacret University. Let's talk a little bit about who we are as a company. 6-year-old retail powerhouse, over $600 million in retail sales. Here's the cool thing about it. When I was looking at this company, I thought, you know, there's a couple questions that you need to evaluate in the network marketing industry. Number one is, will these products actually sell outside of the network at the price point we're offering it at? Now here's what's amazing. When I looked at it, I said, okay, they've already sold $600 million worth at retail prices. And as distributors for the company, what price do we get them at?
Wholesale.
Wholesale. So let me ask you, if they'll sell at retail prices with no opportunity, do you think we can get them to sell at wholesale prices with an opportunity?
Yeah.
I guarantee 100%. Right? That for me, it wasn't even up for debate. It wasn't like, is it going to work? It's already worked. You know what I mean? Cutting edge patented products, over 32 exclusive products, and growing. The best part about it, you got to understand too, is like, most startup companies, we just launched officially in May, like 7 months ago. The problem with most startups also is you have a completely underdeveloped product line. You have one product, right? You know, some friends of mine are actually in a company that got launched that's in the anti-aging market. They have one product. So if you get an auto ship for that company, you know, you get this product for the month. But guess what we're getting next month? The same thing as you're getting the month after that. The same thing. How many of you guys have heard these, like, you know, horror stories of somebody who gets into a product-based company in the network marketing industry and they start getting a garage full of stuff? Right? Start hearing that. But we don't have to worry about that here. That's one of the best things is we have 32 products. So this month, what you might be getting is you might be getting, you know, the mud soap and the mud mask. Next month, you're going to get it for your body. Next month, you're getting something else. That's one of the things that I love is you're not accumulating this garage full of stuff because you can get something different every single month, which is really, really cool. Manufactured by L'Oreal. This is a much bigger deal than people realize. Obviously, L'Oreal owns over 500 brands, including Ralph Lauren, Giorgio Armani, Shiseido, which I learned how to pronounce, which is good, Shiseido. But here's the cool thing. What can hurt a company, obviously, is not growing fast enough. Right? A lot of companies in today's economy are getting hurt from that fact. But you guys realize you can also hurt a company by growing too fast? See, if you have a manufacturer that can't keep up with production and they start producing an inferior product because they can't keep up, you start manufacturing something that's crappy. Right? You ever heard, we don't have that problem with L'Oreal. The world's largest manufacturer of any skincare product in the entire world, $23 billion a year. 130 L'Oreal products are purchased every single second globally. Write that down if you're taking notes. 130. So this is huge. Full transition into referral marketing. Now, let's get you paid here. Here's your first goals. And everybody should take some notes on this. This is absolutely huge. First thing you want to do is activate your position with a package and a replenishment when? Now. Right now. Right? How do you activate it? All you have to do is just, you get set up with a replenishment. It's easy. You customize it, you pick it. How many of you guys have actually been to the website and gone through the whole program of customizing your skin type? How many of you guys have not? Not gone through it. Okay. Tonight, you need to go through it. Like tonight, not tomorrow. Go through it and go through it because that's what builds your belief in. You want to be a product of the product, which we'll talk about here. Number 2, schedule a spa party when?
Now.
Now. This is your grand opening of your business. Every single business worth anything has a grand opening. And this is how you start. Now, for me, I don't know if you guys like me. I didn't join this company so that I could do like the whole Mary Kay, have a, I go over every single week and do this over and over and over again. That wasn't my deal. But if we could help you make $1,500 to $1,000 Just in your first week, week and a half, would you be open to doing one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's the whole game. Schedule that right away. Number 3, become a star. There's a typo there. When do you want to become a star?
Now.
Now, not this week. Right now. So all you do to become a star is become, get one person on your left, one person on your right that has an active replenishment. Pretty easy to do. Become a star builder. There's another typo. This week. For sure. Become a star builder, help people get promoted. Do not bring somebody into this business if you're not going to help them go out there and get paid. One of the biggest mistakes I see in this industry is people work so hard to get somebody into the business, but they don't keep up the same amount of work ethic to get them paid. Right? And the thing is, do you realize for every single person that becomes a star in your business, bare minimum, you're making $15.75 a month every single month off of every single person that you help become a star? Every single person that you help become a star in your business, right, in your pay line, $15.75 a month, every month. That's massive. Yes, for our industry, that is absolutely massive. Huge. And that's residual income, right? Think about it. It's what's that commercial they had? Like, that's worth 500 chicken sandwiches. Da, 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 da. Like, every single person that you help, right? That's, a meal out with, going out and getting a bite to eat. It's residually every single month coming in. That's huge. And that's just the beginning of it. What's your why? This is a huge part of it, guys. So, before I kind of dive into this, I want to kind of frame your understanding of what this whole thing is. Because when you guys realize, here's the biggest challenge I'm going to throw out to you right now. If you're brand new, if you've never been in this industry, your challenge is that you only paid $49 to get into this whole thing. Trust me when I say, I walked away from $6,000 to $10,000, $15,000 a month, whether I worked or not, to do this. You guys realize that my I quit level is so much higher than the average person? Some of you guys, really, you have to really understand this. For me, I don't have an option not to make this work. The challenge that most of you guys are going to go through is that your I quit level is so small because you only invested $49 to do it. You guys realize if somebody invested $1.4 million to own a McDonald's and they didn't get any customers in their first week, I mean, do you think, how much do you think, oh, well, I guess I'm just not cut out for this whole McDonald's business? I mean, no. They'd be out there themselves with this sign, doing it. Whatever they had to do to go out there and do it. But you only invest $49, and so your I quit level's so low. But you got to understand, guys, I treat this like a multi-million-dollar business because I walked away from 6 figures to do it. And trust me when I say you don't walk away from 6 figures to make 6 figures again. Does that make sense? Yeah. You don't do that. So your why in this business, this is what you want out of this. And before you do anything, I'm reminded of a story. This is one of the best stories I've ever heard in my life. You guys know who Walt Disney is? Yeah. Walt Disney actually is obviously Disneyland, the whole deal. There was an amazing interview. If you YouTube it, you can see it. But when they actually opened, had a grand opening for Disney World. They were interviewing, as a reporter, was interviewing Walt Disney's brother, because unfortunately he passed away before Disney World actually got a chance to open up. And the reporter was interviewing Walt Disney's brother and was saying, hey, it's really a shame that Walt Disney wasn't able to be here to officially see everything here at Walt Disney World. And he stops the reporter and says, ma'am, actually I have to correct you. Walt saw this before any of us did. Walt actually is the person that saw this here way before any of us had a chance to even think about it. And you got to understand that your business and what you're going to go build, very rarely do you trip your way into making $20,000 a month from home on accident. It just doesn't happen. It's very planned. If you're going to go out there and lose weight, if you're going to go out there and get in shape, if you're going to go out there and have a great marriage, if you're going to go out there and have success in anything, it has to happen by design. So what you want to do is plan it. If you could go out there and have exactly what you wanted out of this business, what would it look like? If you could go out there and actually, take back the 40 hours a week, the 50 hours a week that you're putting into a job right now, what would you spend those time doing? What would you spend that time doing every week? I have a few of these. By the way, who does not have this piece of paper? Or has not ever had one of these? If I can get some volunteers to help me pass this out. If you could just help out with passing that out, that'd be great. If you've never got a chance to go through this, you definitely want to actually go through this with me here.
We don't have one of these. We don't see it.
While we're going through that, if somebody's open to actually sharing, what really motivated you? What's motivating you to do this business? If somebody doesn't mind sharing.
No one said.
Just shout it out, man.
Motivation is my daughter. I'm a single father. All I do right now is go to school. I just got out of the military, and basically I want to give her the lifestyle I never had it. All her events when she gets older, I want to be there. I want to be a cheer dad and that knows all the cheers in the stands cheering with her. I want to be a dad on every single field trip and be there that she knows she can come to me with anything. So.
I mean, here's the deal. You know, if somebody doesn't show up, if somebody tells him, hey man, I'll meet you, yeah, Monday night for sure, I'll be at the business briefing, and his guest doesn't show up, you think Brandon's just going to quit? Now, why? Because his daughter's way too important for that. You know what I mean? Being the cheer dad, being the guy that gets to go on all the field trips, is worth more than the guy that didn't show up. You know what I mean? And for you guys, I mean, you got to build up something that's so strong that's going to carry you through anything. Because this is a business. There's going to be ups and downs like every business on the planet. Right? And it's easy to make it through the ups. Everybody can make it through the ups. That's easy. But what's going to carry you through the downs? Anybody else want to share? Saw a hand, James?
Getting out of a business that I have to wake up and work every single day, all day, with all my heart and soul to make money, but not money.
Not money. There's a difference between money and money. For sure. 100%. That's killer. And guys, write that down. Maybe for you it's not $100,000 a month. Maybe right now it's legitimately $10,000 a month right now. If you could just get out of the commute and just not do the whole office space deal every week. If you could just get out of that and buy more time with the fam. Maybe for some of you it is $100,000 a month and you just want to get crazy. We can talk for sure, 100%. Right? So whatever it is, let's also talk about what's one goal you can accomplish right now. Well, your first $1,000, where's that going to go? Maybe get out of credit card debt. Set both. You want long-term and short-term goals. All right? But it's hard to hit a target you can't see. So make sure you write it down. That's a huge, huge thing. Number 2. This is there we go. What do you want to be? Be, do, have. Write this down. Be, do, have. The challenge that most people go through right now in their life is that they go through it backwards. And then what do I want to have? What do I want to have? And then, okay, well then I got to do it. Who would it be? The challenge is if you reverse it, you think, who do I need to be to do the things that will allow me to have the things that I want? Most people focus on what they want to have, and so they're just completely backwards on it. But when you think 5 years down the road, like Mo, if you could think of the ideal Mo Cisse 5 years from now, and you can picture him in your mind, right? I'm sure you can picture how he dresses, where he lives, what he drives, or some of the have stuff. But who's the type of person that he is? What are the skill sets that he has? How is his communication? What's his knowledge like? Right? What kind of dad is he? What kind of husband is he? What kind of friend is he? What kind of family member is he? Right? Because that's just as important as the material stuff. Right? Do. What are the things that you want to do? How many of you guys like to travel? Right? And those of you guys that aren't raising your hands because you've never traveled before. It's awesome. I promise. Right? It's one of the craziest things in the world, going out there and getting to travel. I got a chance to go spend a month in China. And that was one of the most life-changing experiences because it was, I was a foreign exchange student in Europe, in France. I stayed in Toulouse and Paris, which was really cool. Over there in China, that's a Latin-based language over there with French and Italian and all those things here. But in China, literally, there's just a symbol. You don't know if that's a hospital or a dry cleaner or a restaurant. It's a totally weird environment. I got lost in Beijing for 12 hours, which is great. But travel is one of the most amazing things that you get to go out there and do and just experience the world. You guys realize there's 196 countries? Yeah? There's a lot of people living right now, everywhere, and they live a totally different way than we do. And it's cool to experience. The food is totally crazy. There's some beautiful, beautiful places on the planet. But it takes money to go out there and see them. You know what I mean? So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And lastly is have. Is there anything wrong with having a bunch of money?
No.
Hell no. Right? And the truth of it is, if Mother Teresa would have had Bill Gates' bank account, you think she could have done better? Yeah. So it's but money, Here's the deal. If you're a jerk and you get a bunch of money, you're going to be a bigger jerk. Right? If you're a good person, you get a bunch of money, you can do a lot of good things with it. So there's nothing, money's just a tool. All money does is it just buys choices, it buys options. So money doesn't make a person anything. But Having nice things, that's one thing, but doing nice things. Who do you want to help? Who do you want to give back to? Right? And how important is it to you to do that? So, that's your first thing here. And that will grow the more you get into the business. Memory jogger. Here's the thing. Who do you know? Bill Gates went to 5 of his friends with his idea of Microsoft. 4 of them said that could work. 1 of them said, nah, probably going to be a scam. Right? Where do you think that guy is that said no? Can you imagine being him? Oh, you know some people are going to miss this? Some people are going to be, I can't even, oh, it's horrible. Right? So let's go through this memory jogger. And here's the deal. Don't prejudge. Network marketing, here's the most amazing, it levels the playing field in business. Because the truth of it is not all of us have, the most brilliant business plan on the planet. Not all of us are amazing numbers people. Not all of us are, whatever. But all of us, the network marketing levels the playing field for everybody. Because all of us know someone. Right? And you can recruit your weakness in this business. So don't prejudge anybody. The biggest thing is you think this person would be too successful. This person's not successful enough. This person's too whatever. And all of us have this reason as to why we prejudge people. At the end of the day, you cannot pick them in this business. I'll tell you the guy that you're looking for right now. You're looking for the winner that hasn't won yet. That's the number one guy that you're looking for in this business. There's winners who know that they won and they have this ego and they're not willing to get in the trenches and go do it again. All of us know that guy that made that money in real estate back in 2005. Who just, can't possibly understand that he's not making that money anymore, who still has this huge ego, right? So there's that guy. You're not looking for him. There's the loser who knows that he's a loser and he sits on the couch watching Jerry Springer all day and complains about the government. There's that guy. And then, right? Yeah, come on, we all have a cousin. Right? For sure. And then there's the guy that was like me and says, I know I'm a winner, I just haven't won yet. And if I had a real opportunity to actually roll up my own sleeves and go to work, I would be willing to do that. And I'll wake up how early? I'll stay up how late? I'm not afraid of hard work if it'll pay me dividends long term. Right? That's the guy that you're looking for. But who do you know? Who do you know that you work with? And start writing this stuff down. When names come to mind, start writing people down. And here's what you want to do. Book an appointment with them. Invite them to your spa party. Your goal is to show them the information, not convince anyone to do anything ever. But if you don't show them the information, I can promise you, someone will. Yeah. I built a meeting in this industry to over 1,000 people a week. Right? I'm telling you guys, right now we got about 100 people plus in the room. A little bit more, maybe. I'm telling you guys, this is night 1. I mean, we are a talented, strong group right here. Don't give us 90 days. Yeah, I promise you, 90 days from now, you don't show up for the next 90 days, and you come back 90 days from now, you will get sick to your stomach about the size of this room. I promise you that. So who do you know? Who do you go to lunch with? Who do you know that's in sales? Who do you know that's a mom or a dad? Who do you know that lost their job, hates their job, complains about a job? Who do you know that needs more money? Who do you know that loves their job? Who do you know that's a pastor? Who do you know that's a teacher? Who do you know that's a coach? Mailman. What I did is I pulled out my Rolodex, I pulled out my phone, I just emptied it. I put everybody down. And my whole goal was, I told them, I'm not attached to you, do anything with it, I just want you to see it. If you see it and understand it 100%, then whatever you decide to do, I'm totally cool with. You say, I'm not interested, I'm like, you're not interested in what? Just know what you're saying no to. You're going to see that's a good line, by the way, you show that down. Know what you're saying no to. It's good. Right? Social capital is your business. Launching your business, schedule a property. Schedule a private conference call with your team. Now, all of us know people across the state or across the country that we wouldn't be able to invite over to the house for a spa party, right? Yeah. So what do we do for those people? What you want to do is schedule a conference call with someone in your support team to have them help explain this information over the phone. How many of you guys have heard of a small company called Herbalife? You. Owned by the LA Galaxy, they own the LA Galaxy soccer team, has them across their chest, the whole deal. Huge company in this industry. They built their company to a $4 billion a year company with a conference call system. They're the first company to go out there and leverage the conference call system to go out there and blow up their company. It's amazing. You can get as many people as you want, like over 100 people on a conference call, and in 15, 20 minutes, get hours and hours and hours of work done in 15, 20 minutes. Right? So schedule a call. If you don't have a conference call, go to freeconferencing.com. Get yourself a free conference call, Bridge. freeconferencing.com. Get yourself a free one. But schedule this with somebody in your support team and book it. When do you want to book it? Now, tonight. Right? Half of you guys are just in one ear and out the other. Some of you guys are going to actually take this, you're going to go somebody in your support team tonight, you're going to say, hey, I want to book a conference call. It's easy to beat the masses. Do you guys realize half the masses won't even show up next week? they won't go to their support team after tonight's done and book a conference call? Right? It's so easy to beat them. So book that. Discuss and plan your first spa party. It's so easy. Here's the most amazing thing about, how many of you guys have attended or thrown or been to or something with a spa party? And you guys have done something with it, right? How many of you guys have gotten paid because of a spa party? Just show of hands. Here's the amazing thing. Look around. This is awesome. It's one of the most fun environments that you go out there and build a business in. I've been through, every single network marketing company uses this system to go out there and build it. Why? Because everybody lives somewhere, so it's very duplicatable. But the great thing about it, guys, here is it's a blast. You call somebody up and say, hey, AJ, hey, bro, what are you doing on Saturday at 6? Hey, I'm having a get-together at my house. Right? That would be very convenient. You call it, spa party at your house. Oh, well, then I guess we'll see you there. Perfect. But he's like, hey, what are you doing Friday at 6? He's like, I don't know. Hey, bro, cruise over to my house. I'm having just a small get-together with my closer friends and family. We're having kind of a spa-themed party at the house, but it's for a business project I'm working on that I'm super excited about. I got paired up with an entrepreneur here in San Diego that's going to be helping me launch it, bro. It would mean a lot to me if you can come hang out. We're going to have a good time and check out what I'm doing. Can you come by and support me?
Sure.
Killer. Appreciate it. That's it. We hang out. Everybody's rubbing stuff on each other, having a good time, products. It's very nice. Right? It's a good time. So you go out there and you make money with it. Find out who's in your support team. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That's one of the most amazing things about this industry is that you have a massive support team full of people that are dedicated to your success. Right? I tell my team, if anybody who's willing to actually work as hard as I am cannot fail in this business, I won't let you. Period. If you're willing to put in the work and actually work next to me and get this done, I'll freaking mow your lawn 3 a.m. I don't care. I'll take your trash out. We're going to get it done if you're willing to put in the work that I'm willing to put in. Right? And you have someone in your support team that feels the same way about you. Now, here's the deal. As part of being a leader is first being a good follower. Right? Before you can lead, you need to learn how to follow. Right? And that's one of the things. But being coachable and actually being able to receive coaching is not just receiving it, but being able to seek it out. Right? I promise you, there's so many people in your support team right now that are dedicated to your success. There's a saying that says the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You ever heard that? Yeah. Right? Squeaky wheel gets the oil. In other words, you don't oil the wheels that don't squeak. So if you want attention and you want to learn something, speak up. Right? One of the best things that I did when I got in the industry at 20 years old, there was a guy that was making over $10,000 a month, and I went to him and said, bro, I'm not quitting until you freaking teach me this thing. Right? And I just was like, phoning him like, hey, I'm still not quitting, you still need to teach me. Right? And finally I was like, all right, bro, if I teach you, will you stop following me? Like, yeah. All right. So that was the deal. But I was more dedicated to my success than I was to my circumstances. Right? And all of us have circumstances. I can promise you that. How many of you guys have kids? Right? How many of you guys act like a kid? Right? Most. So the thing is, all of us have life happening, right? None of us are uniquely defective. We all have our own issues, right? But the whole deal is that, what are you more committed to? Right? Some people actually use the exact excuse that some people have, and that's their reason to do it. Oh, I can't come to the meeting because I have kids. Somebody says I have to be at the meeting because I have kids. Right? This is a difference in philosophy. So, there's that. Number 4. Get plugged into the system. Attend your weekly business briefing. Our weekly business briefing is when? Monday. Some of you guys get this backwards. Some of you guys attend your business briefing weekly. As in W-E-A-K, like very weekly, like you just never attended. Right? Every week. Now here's the deal. And I want to spend a little bit of time on this. I'm going to bring Mr. McPherson back up. I'm going to do some recognition here. You've got to understand this. Right? Every successful organization has a weekly meeting. Right? Like look at religions. Show me one successful religion that doesn't have a weekly meeting. Right? Like I happen to be a Christian, so I'll pick on mine. Some of us would argue, I'm not here to debate the validity of it, but let's think of like a pretty successful organization at least. Like, been around for a couple thousand years, like 1 billion followers, right? This one guy, Jesus, went like 13 wide and really deep. Really good network. Right? So, think about it. They have a weekly meeting every Sunday morning. Right? And they've been doing it for a long time. What's interesting though is like nobody goes on Sunday morning and is like, sweet, I heard the message, don't need to go ever again. What's amazing is you keep going and you get more and you get more and you get more. And here's what's amazing about every one of these events. Like the pastor, you could go to one of these events on one of these Sunday mornings And the pastor could not even get up and talk about anything. There could just be like no message, but you just go and you hang out with a bunch of other people who think like you do. And you would walk away from that meeting feeling better about what you were a part of, even if there was no message.
Yep.
Right? And this is the congregation. As we get together on Monday nights, there could be no business briefing. The guy doesn't even come up and talk about our business anymore. But we get together, a bunch of like-minded people get together about what we're doing here, and I promise you, you will leave the room on Monday night feeling better about what we're doing just because you hung out with the people that think like you think.
Yep.
Right? And here's the whole deal. So if you have a great week and you're on fire, that meeting needs you. It needs your energy. If you have a crappy week and you get beat up, you need that meeting. Right?
Yep.
And here's the amazing part about it. We got people that are single dads. We got people that are engineers. We got people that are, DJs. We got people that are skateboarding. And you want to get to know everybody. Here's the deal. Get to know everybody in this room. It's fully okay to, introduce yourself and, be sociable. It's fully okay here, right? But here's the deal. Let's say I've been working forever on getting my engineering buddy out. And this is the guy that's like, I've been calling and finally he's like, all right, bro, I'll come take a look if you stop calling. And all I want to do is introduce him to the guy that I know is an engineer also, that he can say like, yeah, man, I made some money and I can do it. But the engineer doesn't show up Monday night. And the guy that I've been working on forever, that I introduced, there's no engineering guy here anymore. So each of us need all of us to grow this. Maybe it's the hairdresser, maybe it's somebody else. But each of us need all of us to make this thing work. And together we're so strong. Right? Individually, see the team, here's what team stands for. Together, everyone achieves more. Right? That's what the team's about. As individuals, we might not be able to go out and do this, but all of us have strengths that the rest of us don't have. And vice versa. So, you want to be here. Our fast start training does not exist. But our training, as far as Wednesday night. Wednesday night we have a training, and here's what's amazing, guys. We have a 12-week curriculum with Seacret University. How many of you guys attended some college? Some-ish, right? Here's what's really cool, is that everything that you need, when you graduate, how long does it take the average person to graduate college? About 5 years these days, right? And when you graduate college, what are you guaranteed?
A piece of paper that says you graduated?
Debt? Guaranteed, right? 100%. Are you guaranteed an income after you graduate?
No.
No, not at all. It's just, it says I'm a good person to go out there and hire, right? Here's what's amazing, guys. Is in 12 weeks, you're going to graduate from Seacret University with your associates, right? And you go out there and you get it. And then, you attend for the next 12 weeks and you get your bachelor's. Third week, you come in and you get your master's. Fourth week, you come in and you get your MBA, your massive bank account, right? What you want to have is a PhD when you start. That's poor, hungry, and driven. So, that's the whole deal, though, is you're going to come in, you get your massive bank account after you graduate. That's 1 year. I can promise you guys, what you graduate when you get your MBA here is not debt. You get a passive six-figure income. Passive, like whether you work or not. It's pretty sweet. Product calls, conference calls, get with your support team on that. How is this going backwards? Earn your bonuses. I'm going to fly through this really quickly. Become a superstar and earn $400. This is the most amazing thing ever this month. This is going to smoke everything in the industry. You go out there and get the premium package. I'm going to give you 3 quick reasons on why you need a package. Number 1 is it's hard to rub a brochure on somebody's face and get them fired up. Right? You need products. Right? They're demonstratables. You go out there and do that. Number 2 is you want to be a product of the product. It's hard to recommend a movie you've never seen. It's hard to tell somebody about a restaurant that you've never been to. Right? So be a product of the product, right? I never knew anything about skincare, which is why I had to get a package, because I've seen that movie, What Women Want. Mel Gibson is like that's been me for the last 2 weeks in my house. I'm like, everything, I'm the thermal mask, which I've been missing out, ladies. The thermal mask is the deal. Just saying, basically. I've been trying out all kinds of crazy stuff. It's the funniest thing ever. But now I'm a product of the product. I can talk about it. So you want to go out there and use it. The last thing is for income. You go out there and you get this package. You help one person on your left, one person on your right, get the $400, get the $500, the premium package or above. $400 bonus. And how many times can you do that this month? As many as you want.
Wow.
Our goal, I want to do it 10 times. Make an extra $4,000. It's cool, like an extra $4,000 for sure. Right? Game on. So get it done. This is for February only. The Seacret system, guys. Time investment. It's 5 to 10 hours a week. Right? The spa party, which is your open house. Our open house is on Monday night. Seacret University and our conference calls and training. That's it. This is designed to be around any other part of your life. Do you need to quit your job to do this?
Nope.
If you recommended a good movie or a good restaurant to somebody, did you quit your job?
No.
Did you come up with the right pitch, like the right angle, and figure out how you were going to sell them on going to the movie? No, because that'd be weird. You just tell them, dude, it's good. You should see it. That's some of you guys would do better in this business if you just treated it like that. You guys will rack your mind. How do I get him to what if he says he doesn't want to go see the movie? What if I don't know? Oh God. I'm like, bro, shh, just go. That's it. Plug in. It's super, super simple. It's one Saturday per month. We have our regional event coming up, guys. I'm telling you, that is the single most important event of the month. Our one Saturday per month is the most important thing of the entire system, guys. That's what makes everything else work. So mark your calendar. Whatever you got going on February 18th, whatever you got going on February 18th, move it. Because we got guys that have made $100,000 a month since 2001 that are going to be there training you.
Wow.
Right? I mean, I'm sorry, if you got somebody else that's made way more than that, that's going to be training you on that same day, then go to that. But if not, I would be there. So that's the most important thing. 3 weekends per year, we have national conventions, which we'll talk about. And this is my favorite portion of the evening, guys. That right there for you, if you're brand new, that's all you need to go out there and get this thing launched. Get your first $500 to $1,000. That's it. It's anybody can do it, and we're here to help you do it. And my favorite part of the evening is coming up right now. We're going to do some recognition. And guys, here's the amazing part of recognition, guys, is that you get publicly recognized here for the private moments. Right? How many of you guys are boxing fans? Pacquiao, whole deal, right? Right? How many of you guys ever watched a Rocky movie ever? Right? Here's the deal. Champions aren't made in the ring. They're merely recognized there. Here's the amazing part about it. It's not when you see a prize fighter go out there and win some big title fight, it wasn't so much what he did in the ring as what he was doing at 4 in the morning when you weren't looking that made him the champ that day. Right? It's when nobody was looking that he was running and doing the workouts and eating the right food and going out there and hitting it. When nobody else was looking, that when the time for the championship fight came, he was ready for it and he actually produced. Right? And that's what recognition is all about in this room, is that we're going to recognize you publicly for a lot of private failures. So that's my favorite part of the evening. So give it up. Pretend like it's, for every person that gets recognized tonight, pretend like it's you. Pretend like it's the person on your team. Because when you get up here, you're going to want everybody to give you that same love. So with that, Mr. McPherson, appreciate you, sir. Come on up. Let's get it on.